iNinja is a title released in 2003, created by Argonauts, an English company that is now dissolved, but they were the ones in charge of developing this title for what is known as the sixth generation of consoles. It saw the light on PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and PC in America. In Europe, it was only published for PlayStation and PC, with the advantage that on the latter, or at least as far as I could see, it had Spanish audio and text. The story centers on a ninja, who is simply referred to as Ninja, and has no name. He is in training when his sensei is kidnapped by the Ranks, a group of alien robot ninjas commanded by Emperor Odor. The ninja rescues his master, but is attacked by a creature under the influence of a rage stone, which is quickly defeated and spits out the talisman. The ninja decides to grab it, but at the same time, the sensei tries to warn him of its power. He ignores him, flies into a rage, and accidentally kills his master. However, the sensei returns as a spirit to guide his student in the search for the other rage stones so that he can stop Emperor Odor. The gameplay focuses on a platformer game where we have to enter different levels within a main world. When we achieve certain objectives, a fight against the area's boss opens up, allowing us to access another area and progress through future levels until reaching Emperor Odor. In each level, we must use various techniques. The basics are running and jumping, but for defense we have our sword to damage enemies. We have several ways to deal damage with our sword through various moves, but they are limited in number, so the variety of attacks is very scarce. Even so, fighting different enemies becomes very addictive, perhaps because of the agility of our character, or because you can shred them, and if you're very skilled, even slice them in half. But not the whole game is focused on fights, because in the levels we have to move using different acrobatic abilities, such as the double jump, using your sword to descend slowly, using special walls to climb, wall jumping, or running along walls to reach different parts of the level, sliding through some tubes, or using your grapple hook to reach farther. Along the way, we can destroy different objects that give us coins, or find shurikens that bounce off walls, or darts that create an explosion on impact. Our health is governed by a bar. Below it we have a score, and as we perform different actions, a point multiplier appears, maxing out at 10. It disappears if we don't perform any action for a while or a hit. When our health runs out, we lose a life. In some levels, we have to complete a specific objective, such as carrying a gunpowder barrel to the end to open a cage, getting into a sphere to roll around the stage, among other types of challenges. At the end, we get a medal that levels us up, which essentially means a new colored belt and increased health. At the end of each level, our performance is measured. Accumulated points grant us extra lives. Killed enemies accumulate, and upon reaching a certain amount, our sword is upgraded, increasing our damage against enemies. Coins collected in the level are accumulated and sent to a bank, allowing us to enter special levels by paying an entry fee to the different characters you rescue by defeating bosses. Boss fights change the game mechanics a bit, from riding a robot to punch it out against a mech, using a submarine, or in others, fighting the boss with your sword. Defeating them gives us a rage stone, of which there are only 4. They grant different temporary attributes, but all of them restore any lost health. To recharge them, we have to break objects, kill enemies, and take damage. They charge according to when they were obtained. The last one takes the longest to charge, and using any one of them drains all of them. Some doors remain closed until you obtain the indicated color belt, requiring us to re-enter levels we've already completed to receive a new medal. There, we have to kill a certain number of enemies, finish within a time limit, or find 10 hidden red coins in the level. To know what we're missing or where something is, we can access a progress menu when pausing the game. Graphically, the game leaves much to be desired, especially focusing on the environments. They lack a distinct identity and merely look like a copy-paste of a bunch of rocks with metallic and technological parts. The variety of enemies isn't very large. Most of the time is monopolized by ranks of different colors, which reflect greater resistance. Even so, it's very fun to fight against the different hordes of these enemies. I would recommend this game to anyone looking for a challenge, as the difficulty can be quite high. The story and dialogue are very funny, making for a session of banter when a ninja interacts with certain characters. Above all, the variety of gameplay makes each level feel unique while maintaining the core rules and mechanics in each one. There are also cons that prevent its recommendation. Some missions become frustrating. The color palette, especially in environments, is limited compared to what they could have used. The story feels like a mere excuse to pit a ninja against aliens, and it doesn't properly explain the prelude of how they came to capture the sensei, so the story is not one of its virtues. It's a game that can be obtained easily, but with the drawback that it's only available in physical format, and unfortunately, you can only get it from people who acquired it back in the day. A great title, if we ignore that its story and context are merely decoration and focus on the gameplay. One of those titles that has become a classic, especially on the PlayStation console, creating a challenge in trying to complete the game in its entirety. That is iNinja. If it interests you, check it out. I hope you liked the video. If so, give it a like. If you know someone who might like it, share on your social networks. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, or just want to comment something, feel free to do so in the comments box. Also, if you're a big fan of this channel, hit the notification bell to be among the first to see the videos. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you later.